Have you ever stopped to think about the deeply personal stories behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood's most iconic stars? Beyond the red carpets and the fame, there are lives filled with love, heartbreak, and resilience. One such story is that of Angie Dickinson and her stepson, Dean Paul Martin. Angie, a trailblazing actress who broke barriers for women in Hollywood, found herself deeply connected to Dean Paul, a man of immense talent, charm, and ambition. Their relationship was filled with mutual love and admiration, but it was also shaped by unimaginable tragedy. What made their bond so unique? And how did the tragic loss of Dean Paul Martin leave a lasting impact on Angie's life? This is a story about family legacy and the enduring power of love in the face of devastating loss, a story that reminds us that even the brightest stars carry shadows. Angie Dickinson's story begins far from the bright lights of Hollywood. She was born on September 30th, 1931, in Culm, North Dakota, a small town where life was simple and family values were paramount. Angie was the second of 4 children, and her father worked as a newspaper publisher, instilling in her a strong work ethic and a love for storytelling. When Angie was 10, her family moved to Burbank, California, a city on the doorstep of Hollywood. It was a move that would shape her future, though Angie had no plans of entering show business at the time. She excelled academically, earning a degree in business from Immaculate Heart College, and began working as a secretary. Angie's beauty, intelligence, and poise made her stand out, but her dreams were modest compared to the fame that awaited her. Her journey into acting began by chance. Encouraged by friends, Angie entered local beauty pageants and quickly made a name for herself. Her natural charm and striking looks caught the attention of Hollywood scouts, and soon she was appearing in small television roles. For Angie, this was a world she had never imagined for herself, but her talent and determination quickly set her apart. Her breakthrough came in 1959 when she starred in the Western Rio Bravo. Sharing the screen with legends like John Wayne and Dean Martin, Angie played Feathers, a strong-willed and independent character. Her performance earned her widespread acclaim and established her as one of Hollywood's most promising new stars. Over the next 2 decades, Angie built a career defined by versatility and strength. She appeared in Ocean's 11, reuniting with Dean Martin and joining the iconic Rat Pack cast, and starred in critically acclaimed films like Point Blank and Dressed to Kill. Her role as Sergeant Pepper Anderson in the groundbreaking television series Policewoman made her a trailblazer, as she became one of the first women to lead a primetime drama series. Angie's career was proof that beauty and talent could coexist with intelligence and grit. Angie's connection to Dean Paul Martin began with her marriage to his father, the legendary Dean Martin. Known as the King of Cool, Dean Martin was one of Hollywood's most beloved entertainers. His career began in the 1940s as a singer, but it was his comedic partnership with Jerry Lewis that made him a household name. After their split, Dean transitioned into a solo career, becoming a singer, actor, and television host. His smooth voice, charismatic persona, and effortless charm earned him a place in the Rat Pack alongside Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. From hit songs like That's Amore to his long-running variety show, Dean Martin embodied the glamour and sophistication of Hollywood's golden age. But behind his public persona, Dean was a family man at heart. He had 7 children from 3 marriages, and despite his demanding career, he prioritized his role as a father. Among his children, Dean Paul Martin stood out for his talent, ambition, and larger-than-life personality. Dean Paul Martin was born on November 17, 1951, the eldest son of Dean Martin and his first wife, Elizabeth Ann McDonald. Growing up in the shadow of his father's fame, Dean Paul inherited his father's charisma and charm but was determined to forge his own path. As a teenager, Dean Paul became a member of the rock band Dino, Desi Billy alongside Desi Arnaz Jr. and Billy Hinshaw. The band became a sensation in the 1960s, releasing hit songs and touring extensively. For a time, it seemed like Dean Paul might follow in his father's footsteps in the music industry. But Dean Paul's ambitions went beyond music. He was also a talented athlete, excelling in tennis and competing in amateur tournaments. His dedication and discipline were evident in every pursuit, and his natural athleticism earned him respect on and off the court. In the 1970s, Dean Paul transitioned into acting, starring in films like Players and Heart Like a Wheel. His performances were praised for their authenticity and depth, and he quickly established himself as a promising actor. But his greatest passion was aviation. Dean Paul became a licensed pilot in his 20s and joined the California Air National Guard, where he flew F-4 Phantom jets. For Dean Paul, flying wasn't just a career, it was a calling. The discipline, skill, and sense of purpose it required made him feel alive in a way nothing else could. When Angie Dickinson married Dean Martin in 1965, she became stepmother to his children, including the teenage Dean Paul. From the start, Angie and Dean Paul shared a special connection. Although they weren't related by blood, their relationship was one of deep mutual respect and love. Angie often referred to Dean Paul as her golden boy, a term that reflected her immense pride in his accomplishments and her affection for him as a person. She admired his intelligence, kindness, and adventurous spirit, qualities that made him stand out in every room. Even after Angie and Dean Martin divorced in 1976, she remained close to Dean Paul, celebrating his successes and offering support during difficult times. Their bond was proof that family isn't just about biology, it's about the connections we choose to nurture. Dean Paul wasn't just my stepson, Angie said in an interview. He was my friend, my inspiration, my golden boy. He brought so much light into my life. On March 21, 1987, tragedy struck. Dean Paul Martin was piloting an F-4 Phantom jet during a routine military training exercise when his plane crashed in the San Bernardino Mountains. He was just 35 years old. The news of Dean Paul's death devastated his family and friends. For Angie Dickinson, it was a loss beyond words. Dean Paul had been a source of pride, love, and inspiration in her life, and his passing left a void that could never be filled. Losing Dean Paul was like losing a piece of my soul, Angie said. He had so much life left to live, so much potential. It's a pain that stays with you forever. In the years following Dean Paul's death, Angie Dickinson withdrew from the spotlight to focus on her personal life and her memories of him. She has often spoken about how his passing changed her perspective, teaching her to cherish every moment and prioritize the people who matter most. Despite her grief, Angie has worked to honor Dean Paul's memory. She shares stories about his kindness, ambition, and adventurous spirit, ensuring that his legacy lives on. Dean Paul taught us how to live, Angie said. He lived with courage, passion, and a sense of adventure. That's a legacy worth celebrating. Dean Paul Martin's life, though tragically short, continues to inspire. His passion for flying, his dedication to his craft, and his unyielding pursuit of his dreams are a reminder of the importance of living authentically. Angie Dickinson's love for him is a testament to the enduring power of family bonds and the resilience of the human spirit. The story of Angie Dickinson and Dean Paul Martin is one of love, resilience, and the unbreakable ties of family. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, the connections we share with our loved ones can carry us through. What do you think about Angie Dickinson's bond with her stepson, Dean Paul Martin? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Hollywood stories. Behind every star is a story worth telling.